Greetings, this is Gilles Monsieur. I wanted to come and say hello to wish you a good day on this new moon, this full moon. I'm sorry, full moon in Scorpio, which is a Wesak celebration. Wesak is a great, very important holiday all over Asia. It's a national holiday, like in Sri Lanka, for instance, and in many other places in Asia. For Wesak is the day that symbolizes the birth of the Buddha, his illumination at Gaia, and his ascension into Nirvana. So it is all compressed within this one day of celebration, and every year the Buddha said he will come back into the world to check on the progress of humanity, will bring a little bit of his light. And so it is a very important celebration. So it is important to know that the presence of the Buddha is really it's something that we can invoke, we can call on. And so, but first I wanted to discuss something briefly. Is that the Buddha is as a doctrine. He teaches a doctrine which is that leads to wisdom. And among his doctrine there is the 8 ways of rectitude. And the 8 ways of rectitude are the right view, the right thoughts, the right words, the right actions, the right life, the right effort, the right memory, the right meditation. So it's about finding the right the rectitude within those things, and to align ourselves with the ways of perfection. For the Buddhism is not a religion in essence, it is more a philosophy that leads to the portal of ascension. I also wanted to note that there is also the 6 transcendental virtues in Buddhism, which is the perfection of charity, the perfection of virtue, the perfection of patience, the perfection of energetic effort, the perfection of meditative contemplation, and the perfection of supreme wisdom. So those are roots. They are the first 6 perfection in the Buddhist sutra. For the sutra are often, of course, in Japan they use a Goronzon. It's like this is the Lotus Sutra. C'est très agréable à écouter. C'est des moines qui chantent ça. So in essence, I was initiated to that practice. So the Goronzon is a sacred temple, a symbolic temple that you place before you, and you recite the sutra. And by reciting the sutra, you focus on what you want to manifest in your life. And as you turn into this great principle of oneness and unity, your manifestation powers are being augmented. Yet in many sense, the Buddha is not about manifesting life. It's about finding the freedom, the transcendental light that will bring us to serenity and lucidity. And so, in many sense, for me, the mantras are very useful. They are very useful. They are a mantric name that you invoke as a pranic sound. You usually don't verbalize it. In Sanskrit, there is the Namo, the reverential salutation. Namo Amîtabha. You circulate those sounds and it comes down. You invoke the lucidity, the sacred light within yourself when you invoke this mantra, Nam-myoho, or here it's Nam-myoho Renge-kyo, I'm sorry, Nam-myoho Renge-kyo, or it can be in Tibetan Om Mani Padme Hum, which is dynamic and verbal, but in Sanskrit, it is better to turn your tongue towards the inside, close your mouth, and circulate those sounds. Nam, O, A, I, La, Ba. And that opens up the light body. For the Buddhists have a 6 chakra system rather than the traditional 7 chakra that is usually practiced. But so in many sense, those mantras are very useful, because once we find ourselves confused, we repeat that mantra a few times while breathing, and that really returns us to the state of peace and calm. And so I'm going to pull out a few cards, for to offer guidance for the. So let us see what the highest wisdom for us today is. Responsibility. It is, we have certain responsibility. We have to be responsible for our thoughts, our actions, our words, to be aligned with this our soul plan in many sense, but to accept the responsibility as something joyful, but not to take more responsibility than we need. Otherwise, it becomes a burden. what we need to understand is the paradigm shift. There is a great deal of change. Everything is being turned upside down, and so it is very important to understand the nature of the shift, to move back into the acceptance of love and unity, that you're always taken, you're always protected, you're always loved, you're always in the light. As you invoke that light, you call on that light, it becomes more and more potent within ourselves. What we need to do is destiny. It is becoming our higher self, embodying this vision of divinity that has the power to move forward with whatever mission we have chosen to accomplish, yet in the freedom and joy. And the general message for us is achievement. For we are there is much that will be achieved, and once we achieve a mastery of a certain level, we are able to move to the next level. So it is important to and also to understand that whatever knowledge or teaching or whatever, no matter how sublime we can make the discoveries that we can make in one day, the next day life has already moved on to something else. So we cannot. It is part of our background that eventually there is a whole. We have to accumulate those experiences, but not to hang on to whatever our knowledge. We should let go of knowledge, for knowledge is something that will continue to expand and grow, and even in wisdom we have to I think make the pursuit of wisdom the most the prime focus of our life, and because once we reach wisdom we can harmonize, balance, and fulfill every other aspect of our life. I'm going to finish with a little song. It's an old song. It's a cosmic song of the most galactic of all musician of the 20th century. A very a great musician that I saw a number of times in concert. I really liked his work, and he was very visionary. His name is David Bowie. If you've never heard this song in Italian, there is you look it up on YouTube. It's a beautiful version in Italian. I'm going to sing it in English. It goes like this. Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom. Commencing countdown, engines on. Check ignition and may God loves be with you. This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade, and the paper wants to know whose shirts you wear. Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in a most peculiar way. And the stars look very different today. For here am I sitting in a tin can, far above the world. Planet Earth is blue and there's nothing I can do. Though I'm past 100,000 miles, I'm feeling very still. And I think my spaceship knows which way to go. Tell my wife I love her very much, she knows. For here am I sitting in a tin can, far above the world. Planet Earth is blue and there's nothing I can do. Ground control to Major Tom. Your circuit's there, there's something wrong. Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you? Here am I floating around my tin can, far above the moon. Planet Earth is blue and there's nothing I can do. Well, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. You will enjoy this weekend of celebration of Wesak. To call on the Buddha, you have to move into a place of meditation, of rest. You allow yourself to breathe and to go down into your heart, to imagine yourself in darkness, in a dark space, and then you see a doorway of light that is opening, and then you will see the Buddha will come out, and then you can exchange some time and energy, and then you can thank him. He will return into the inner plane. No, he is the stillness within yourself. He is the lucid character of the universe. So do not hesitate to call on him, and I hope you will make a strong and solid contact that will help you and assist you in your ascension into the light. Namaste. Wish you a good day.